Here are the basic costs of living in Dubai as a family of 4. Now, when I say basic costs, I mean as a non-negotiables for us as a British family. We moved to Dubai 3 years ago now, and this is how much we spend every single month, every single year on our life in Dubai. So I've got my phone, I've got my list ready. First of all, we moved 3 years ago now. Myself and my husband have 2 daughters. They are aged 3 and 4. And for context, we both have online businesses, okay? I have a marketing agency. My husband is an executive coach. We have been in that field for 10, 15 plus years. We've always been self-employed. We've never really worked for anyone else. Because it was an online business, we decided 3 years ago, why are we in the UK paying all this tax, rubbish weather, when we could be anywhere else in the world other than here? So what we decided to do was 3 years ago, left, moved to Dubai. Hands down, one of the best decisions I've ever made in my entire life, not only for me, my husband, my family, but for my mental health as well. Having access to sun every day, come on, it's just absolutely unreal. So yeah, I'm going to go through the things that we spend our money on. And also for context, because we are self-employed, we have to pay for everything. Now, sometimes when you move over to Dubai with a job offer, you get an allowance for housing, schooling, healthcare, like all of these things. We don't have any of that, okay? So our setup is a bit different. In terms of building a business here, we had to open the business, register the business, get our visas underneath the business. And there's a whole lot of cost to that when you're setting up as well, and every single year. So that's that, okay? So that's the setup. We're not here with employment. Let's dive into it. Let's get straight into it. Okay, we live in a place called Damak Hills 2. We are not one of these families who live on the marina, live on the palm, big mansion, like flashy kind of family. We're not that. We don't find interest in having luxury goods and designer stuff. Like, we're just, I would say, like an average family, UK family, and we like just creating memories on the weekend, okay? So if you think about it, it's 30 to 35 minutes away from the marina, so further back into the desert. We live in a 3-bedroom villa, and it's also got a maid's room. Now, when I say maid's room, all that means is it's a smaller room that if you have a live-in helper or anything like that, they can stay there. We actually use our maid's room as an office. So we use it as an office, and that's where we work from every single day. We do have a garden. We have a balcony. We have a pool that is shared in the cluster. And we pay 120,000 dirham a year. We pay that in 4 checks. So it's 30,000 dirham every quarter. And that converts, if you're UK, that converts to £24,200 per year. If you want to slice it up into months, it's 10,000 dirham per month or £2,020 per month. That's what we are paying for rent. Before you start, we don't want to buy. We don't want to buy. We simply want to rent. We have properties in the UK. We don't want to buy here. So that's just the way we want to live our life, okay? When you first move in as well, you do need to pay a deposit, and that can be 10%. Then you got to pay an agent fee. Like, there's a lot of costs to set up. Our children both go to school. They've only just started going to school, so they are in FS 1 and 2, so just before like year 1. And the nearest school to here is 15 minutes away in Mira. It's a community called Mira. They've just opened Dubai British school in Mira, and we pay for 2 children 102,000 dirham a year, which equates to £20,600 per year. So if we want to slice it up into months, this is 8,500 dirham per month, or £1,717 per month on education. It's a bit like having access to like private school in the UK, whereas you have to pay for everything in Dubai, like especially if you're an expat. Education, healthcare, everything, like you pay for everything. We pay it in 3 installments. Yeah, that covers the year. That's not covering extracurriculum activities, that's not covering food from the school. There's like loads of little extras. Okay, so with housing and school, then we'll move on to food, because obviously food is a non-negotiable. I am going to preface this and say we do shop our food shop in a place called Spinneys. Spinneys has the most like British brands, as well as like Waitrose, so it's similar to Waitrose. So we find a lot of the foods we enjoy eating are in Spinneys, which is why conveniently like we order a food delivery from Spinneys every single week, because it's got all the food that we like. And there are going to be other cheaper supermarkets out there. I just don't have time to go and do a food shop and spend a couple of hours in there doing my weekly food shop when I can get a delivery. Okay, so standard food shop for a family of 4. We normally spend about 1,000 dirham per week. So that equates to 4,000 dirham per month, £200 per week, or £800 per month. Okay, so that's what we spend on food. Not to mention, like, sometimes we'll go out for food as well. You know, every time we go out for food, we might spend 250, 260 dirham. That's like £50-60, depending on where we eat. We're a big fan of Wagamamas. That's where we like to eat. So that's tend to what we spend. Water and electric. This covers like AC and things like that as well. Around 1,800 dirham per month, or £360 per month. That is what we spend on our bills. So it varies up and down on your usage, of course, depending on how hot it is, how much you use in your AC, all of that kind of stuff. Internet. We've gone for the fastest speed. We both have online businesses. So for us, this was a priority. We want the best top speed and reliability. So we spend 500 dirham a month on that, which is £100 per month. And lastly, we do rent a car. Okay, so we don't want to buy a car in Dubai. We rent for convenience. We leave Dubai over the summer for like 3 months. So what we can do then is just give the car back when we go and travel, and get a new one when we come back. Because when you're renting a car, they're responsible for the maintenance, servicing, all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's just so convenient. So we tend to spend around 2,000 to 2,500 dirham per month on a rental, or £400 to £500 per month on a car, right? That includes insurance as well. So yeah. Then you've got things like medical insurance, especially like, you know, being self-employed, we're not covered. So for a family of 4, it is around 2,000 dirham or £400 per month. I just want to disclaim here as well, in Dubai, we don't pay any tax. Okay, so on our business or anything, we do pay like a 5% VAT if we do business with other business owners in Dubai or based in Dubai. Yeah, we've decided to live our life the way we have because it suits us. It's great for us as a family. This is just being me real and raw as to how much money we spend per month. So if you want to total that up and see how much money we spend in Dubai as a family of 4, here's the total. So we've got 26,800 dirham per month, which is £5,415 per month. or as a year, 321,600 dirham, or £65,000 per year is our basic cost as a non-negotiable cost. Literally like food, water, shelter, transport, like our basic costs equate to that. So, you know, that's not including things like entertainment, travel, back to the UK, all the things that we do to create memories, going out for food, clothes, all the things, right? They're optional, right? So yeah, let me know in the comments what you found surprising, if you want to add anything to that, if you live in Dubai, because that would be super interesting as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, it always helps me. That will be other videos on Dubai as well, so be sure to follow along.